I am wanting to do a little bit more of a better introduction to 2026 because I'm sitting here looking at a little mood board that I did at my friend Izzy's house, and then I've been answering a lot of questions about how I want to be in 2026, and I thought it may be inspiring to you as well. So if you want to like write these down, answer them yourself, then I would really recommend it. I've sat here, I've put on YouTube, you can put in manifesting journaling music, and have had that on in the background, and I have sat here writing in my book for like an hour, and it has felt so therapeutic. I put my phone on do not disturb, and it has just been so self-rewarding, if I do say so myself. And I've wanted to do this because I do want to do a 2026 Pinteresty vision board, which I love to put on my phone and on my laptop. However, I wanted to really sit down and be truthful with myself and look back at 2025 and who I want to be in 2026, and what do I want to achieve. Then I thought I actually could share with you a couple of questions that you could be answering yourself. So you could do this like with a cup of tea, in the morning on a Sunday, or like in the evening in bed, up to you. I've written some questions that I thought could be quite handy for you to answer yourself. So the first one is, who do I want to show up as for 2026? And that can be personal. So that can be how you want to show up for yourself, how you want to show up for your friends, your family, your loved one, how you want to show up at work. For me, with work, as you may know, my job is being a content creator and providing content for you guys, my audience. And this year, I really want to show up more me, more real, more authentic. I want to be inspiring. I want to bring more value. I want to share with you how I live my life and how I'm doing that, and how I want to be the best version of myself. I am still learning how to do that. I thought that could be quite lovely to see and share with you things that I love to do. Like, I love cooking, and I really held back from sharing with you my cooking for such a long time, and really went on and off with that, because I think with social media there has been this massive introduction of people telling you how to become successful on social media, where I used to just do it just for fun, and obviously then it became into a career, and then I used to share everything. I used to do my home, I used to do my food, I used to do fashion, and then someone turned around and was like, you need to stick to one niche and that is it, which it does work for a lot of people. However, I missed, and I think I fell out of love with not being true to myself and not sharing what I actually love to share. So at the beginning of this year, I've shared more cooking videos, which has really set my heart on fire, and I've really enjoyed doing. And then I've just been a bit more real when it comes to my outfits. So sharing actually really what I'm wearing, instead of thinking it has to be the most viral, trendiest, chicest look ever. I just want to be real, and I feel like that is my 2026 word. It was to bloom, like bloom with grace. That was always like my quote I've always had forever, just in my head. Bloom with grace, bloom in life, but do it with grace. And I feel like that's such an elegant quote. However, I actually think my word for 2026 is to be real. To be real, to be silly, to be me, like to be who Amelia Taylor was when she was like 5 years old, which was just loony. Like, just to be, not to, because I feel like with my job being my life, I feel like I've become this very curated, very poised person, and I need to have more imperfections. I need to try less with being too perfect, because I feel like it's getting me nowhere, and I just want to be me and I want to be silly. Then I've done a question of step into the version of yourself that already has everything you wanted. So imagine her, imagine him, and what does their health look like? What's your routine? What do you eat? What do you do? Like, what does that best version of yourself have when it comes to their health. Then I've gone into career. So what does your career look like? How are you in your career? Are you a senior director, or have you changed your job? Are you thriving in the job you're in, and have you got a pay rise, or have you become self-employed? Like, who, if you were your best version right now, what are they doing for their career? In love, how do they show up for their love? How do you show up for your partner? What is their relationship like? And then friendship and family. So how do you show up for your friends, your family, or what does your relationships with your friends and family look like? Obviously when it comes to families, that's something which is quite hard to change, but in a sense of maybe you don't have a close relationship with your family. However, I see my friends as my family as well. So maybe if you've curated your own family with your friends, how do you show up for them, and what is your life with them? Like, what do you do? Where do you go? What do you dream of? And again, it doesn't have to be your actual family, it could be just your friends. I'm very much in a very grateful position where I'm very close with my family, and one of the things I've written was to show up as just being more present, more thoughtful, and investing more time. And that can be a phone call, that could be going to making bookings for Sunday lunches. So me and my cousins have made a group chat and we're booking in cousin dates, not just like that whole big family, but like not the kids, I know we're like 30 years old, but like our age. Finances, what do your finances look like? So that, I guess that comes under wealth, your lifestyle and your fun. So what does your life look like? What are your hobbies? Are you educating yourself in something? Are you reading more? What does your environment look like? And fun, do you want to travel more? Like me, I want to be more real, I want to be more silly. I just want to do silly things and just live life. So yeah, so those are a couple of things for that. And then what else did I say? Oh yeah, what current patterns, beliefs, habits, boundaries could not come with me in 2026. So what are the things that didn't serve me in 2026? Like doom scrolling, or I don't know, too many coffees, or too much drinking, or self-doubt. To be honest, self-doubt is not allowed to come in 2026. One of the things actually that came to my mind when it came to doom scrolling is getting back into reading. And to be honest, I'm very dyslexic, so reading for me is actually quite hard. So I thought start buying maybe a weekly or a monthly, because magazines can be quite expensive, monthly magazines, and just sitting on the sofa with a magazine and a cup of coffee or a glass of champagne, put the music on and just read a magazine. I used to love reading magazines. Even if it's online, just put on Do Not Disturb and just you can read it digitally. But I think actually having like a magazine in your hand is just heavenly. So that's what I did for that. And then I have, the other day, like I said, I went to my friend Izzy's house and we did an activity of creating a physical mood board. So we got loads of magazines. I can show you this because there isn't actually really anything. I think this is actually quite a good example. This is not the real deal, but it gives you an example of what you could do. You could do this with your friends, or your family, or on your own, up to you. I did this with my best friend Izzy. Izzy is, you probably do know her already. She's an incredible mindset coach, and I am very fortunate that I have her in my life and as a best friend. So that is fabulous. But she also does have an Instagram, TikTok, and she's starting a YouTube. She does live events as well. Like tonight we're going to one with LMS. But yeah, so we did this. So get a piece of paper, get some magazines, and it's just a bit of fun. Just don't overthink it. Don't be too realistic. Just be like delulu. Like, what is your life gonna be? So what you do is, with a piece of paper, do a cross, and in one section you do relationships and connections, another is finance and environment, so your wealth, your career, but your environment of like your home, growth and well-being, and career and purpose. And then in the middle, write your word of the year. So I wrote bloom with grace, but I actually think it's to be real. like realness. So for the first one, for love, it doesn't have to be perfect. It doesn't have to be the final thing. It's just a way of being a little bit creative, getting off your phone. It's so therapeutic, and just get your mind thinking of what do you want. So for relationships and connections, I found a cutout which says love. This also reminds me of the keyring in Sex and the City when she has that love keyring. And then a quote saying, I love being in love. And then I've put 888 in pretty much all the boxes because I don't know if I told you, but when on New Year's Eve, I went into an Italian deli and my purchases came to £8.88, and an old man turned around and was like, 888. What a lovely number to have on New Year's Eve. And now that is my angel number for 2026. Oh my God, my tarot reader told me that 8 is an important number to me. That was last year. Career and, oh, I also have a dog. I don't know why I've put it. I just saw a picture of a dog and I was like, I want a dog. Career and purpose, I've done, I want to reach 200k on Instagram, YouTube 100k, and then I've done a couple of brands that I want to work with this year. So Reese, Current Bodies, Space NK, Clarins. Love to work with a champagne brand this year. Your time to shine, create action in your own life, and girl of the moment. And then in the finance environment, I've done a picture of a beautiful like Chelsea, South Kent house, and it says London's chicest spot. Amelia lives in London's chicest spot, located in an elegant red brick Victorian building close to Sloane. And then I've done educate yourself. So I want to educate myself in my career, as well as I want to educate in investing, as well as I found this like tap which comes out with loads of diamonds and it says cash flows. So I am in abundance of money flows. And then for growth and well-being, I found this picture of these two girls on the beach just kind of being silly and running around, and for me that was like me to be real, me to have fun, me to have more silly moments in my life. And then I want to be in the best shape of my life, and that's not meaning skinny, it's just meaning strong, fit, confident in myself. And then New York City, and also I don't know really where this is, but I would love to go to just like kind of like a Maldives, Caribbean, like a really pure blue beach, like somewhere that I've never been to before, like a really bucket list place. I haven't decided where that is yet, but that would be lovely. So that is kind of like an idea of what we did. And then I'm gonna go on to Pinterest. If I have my 2025 vision board to hand, I will put it on the screen. Then I'm gonna go to Pinterest and I'm gonna find some photos and pop them all together to create this for a 2026 version. So yeah, so that is what I have been doing for 2026, the introduction to it. And yeah, I want to show up more for you guys with being my true real self, which I always have. I feel like on YouTube, I feel like I can more so than Instagram. I feel like Instagram, I'm a little bit more poised and curated, but yeah, I just want to be more present on my social media and just be me. So that is my little nearly 20-minute ramble on here. It's probably going to be properly cut down by moi. I am just sitting here doing some work and my vision board and stuff, so not really much to update you on for now, but later on I'm heading out with Izzy. As I said, she's got an event this evening with Elemis, so me and her partner and a few other friends are going along to support her. And like I said, I want to be more there for my friends, which I was anyway, but just a bit more present, and just I want to be my friends' rock. I want people to come to me and be like, Amelia Taylor as a friend is so thoughtful, she's so present, she's always there no matter what. And just to be more present and grateful for the friends I have around me, because I'm so lucky to have so many close friends and family, and I really want to show that I'm grateful and adore them. So yeah, ramble over. I'm gonna crack on with some work because I do need to head soon, or like just get quite a lot done before I need to head out the door. But I wanted to start off this vlog with firstly saying happy 2026, and I'm excited to just be a bit more present on here. I feel like I really love the beginning of the year because it makes you really like wake up and go, oh, I want to do this. Like it makes you go, oh, I'm so grateful for another year, another month, another day. How can I make it better? Especially with being 30, I really want to hone in on my 30s being the best decade of my life. Really honing in on making my life the best it can be. And I'm not like going like it needs to be like ham hard working on things and stuff, but just being more grateful for the simplest things in life. Anyway, that is a little bit of a longer ramble than expected. I'm gonna crack on with work and see you guys in a bit. It's a little later now. I have just got myself ready for the evening and I can hear it chucking it down outside, which is really putting me in a foul mood. But I know when I get there, I will be absolutely fine. But I'd quickly show you my outfit of the evening before I head out, because I actually really love this top. Apologies, it is a little bit dark, but this is the blazer I am wearing. And also apologies if there's any smears on the mirror. The cleaner did a really good job, but there's like kind of like, you know when you can see the smears when you clean a window, so there might be marks and I haven't had time to go over them. But this jacket, blazer, top is so cool. It's from Pretty Lavish and it's got these really lovely gorgeous details to them, and I just feel like it really elevates quite a plain black basic outfit. And I've got it on with my Reese trousers, which you are probably sick of me talking about, but I love them so much. Left it open a tiny bit just to give it a little bit more shape. My Victoria Beckham belt, and that is it really. I've weirdly kind of gone off jewellery. I don't know why, I just don't like jewellery at the moment. I've just got my little bracelet on from Monica Verneda, but I feel like when I want to feel a bit more effortless, I don't like to wear jewellery. So that is the port of call. So yeah, this is my little outfit for the evening. I'm going to wrap up now because it's absolutely freezing outside. I actually might have to put on another pair of socks because 2 of my toes are already numb and quite painful. I've got my And Other Stories pointed stilettos on. I'm ready to go and cheer on Izzy at her event, and then we're going to go for dinner. I think we've booked Chotto Motto, which is a sushi restaurant. Sunday. I have been so poorly. I had a vagus nerve episode. If you don't know what that is, it's basically, I've had it before, but on very rare occasions where basically, usually when I've had alcohol, the next day I wake up in this sudden cramping, with this sudden urge that I'm going to be either sick, need the toilet. Like my whole body goes into this kind of like flight panic mode. I feel hot, I feel sweaty, and then I run to the bathroom because I'm like, something's gonna happen, and then I pass out. So I usually have to lay on the floor, legs up in the air, and then usually after that it calms down. Like I know that works. But I haven't drank for like a week. So I'm kind of putting it towards mild food poisoning from something. Not too sure what it was because I wasn't really feeling myself on Friday, the whole day before anyway. I don't know what it was. Maybe I had a bug, maybe it was some kind of like mild food poisoning, maybe there's something with my low blood pressure. Basically, I've naturally just got a low blood pressure. Something in me didn't work well on Friday night. And then in the morning Saturday, I woke up with a Vegas episode, which was just horrendous. And unfortunately, I was bedbound and my parents sadly didn't come up because I just knew that wasn't going to be fun for them, watching me lie on the sofa all evening all afternoon, trying to get over this illness. And I was so fragile and very, very weak. I have luckily woken up feeling a lot better. I did my 10k steps, which was so good. I feel so much better for that. And I've just got home and I want to make some banana bread because I have some bananas left over and I'm gonna wing this. This is gonna be like a proper wing moment, and I'm gonna use like all just pretty much like a whole food ingredient. I'm just gonna test this recipe out and see if this works or not, and then I'm gonna probably write it in my recipe book when it goes all well. Yeah, I really wanted to make a banana bread. I feel like that'd be quite a nice Sunday midday activity to do. And then I want to do some vintage. I need to pack for my trip tomorrow. It's going to be very, very wholesome. But yeah, I couldn't believe how poorly I was yesterday, which was such a shame because I was really looking forward to my parents coming over for the evening because I really wanted to try a new pub out, but it's not the last. I got myself some tulips as well. I feel like that's such a lovely Sunday treat and just a nice touch to spring. Ripe bananas. I've got some eggs. I'm going to use oats. I also actually might use some flax seeds. I think I will pop a couple of dates in there for sweetness. Maybe we can make it collagen. Put some collagen in there as well. So I am in the mix. I've put all my dry ingredients together. So I've got grounded oats, flax seeds, collagen, bicarbonate soda, which I probably didn't need, but I thought it'd make it nice and fluffy, some salt and some cinnamon. Pour in my wet ingredients, which is a banana, 2 eggs, 2 dates, and some water. I'm wanting to do something like this for such a long time. Do you know what? I actually never made a banana bread in lockdown. There was something that made me want to go against the grain. I think because everybody was making a banana bread, that I was just like, I don't want to do that. So I went against the grain, which is just hilarious and just such a me thing. Very, very good. See, it tastes so delicious. I'm so excited. That is my little banana bread ready to go. So it is, I'll leave the recipe down below, but I've just topped it up with half a banana on top, lots of salt and dark chocolate, and that's going to go into the oven, and we'll see what it looks like when it comes out. Oh my god! So proud of myself right now, so proud. I'm sorry, but look at this! Well, I am the proudest girl in the world right now. Look how delicious this looks. Oh my goodness. I'm so happy. I feel like I need to give a taste test. Banana bread is out the oven and it looks incredible. Oh my god. Let's do a taste test. Oh my god. Some tweaks, I will say. I would say it needs more, I don't know, maybe another banana, maybe more cinnamon. Other than that, it's really good. Coming to you on the cusp of recovery. I apologize there wasn't a vlog last week. I was getting really into vlogging. I really enjoyed my recent vlogs, and then I became very ill. I was struck with a type of virus, gastrovirus. It has been quite turmoil. It's been so horrendous. I've been ill for like 5 days. Mentally and physically, it has been so painful. It's been so horrible, and I would not want to wish it upon anybody, but I feel like I am on the mend, which means I'm allowed to push through, because usually I am a person, when I'm a little bit poorly, I'll still power through. However, I really could not this time around. But today's the day I've seen the light at the end of the tunnel, which I'm so happy about, and will never take a well body for granted. I haven't even been able to have coffee. That is like one of my biggest things. Although it's been sad, it has made me realise I don't actually need it, which is also a good thing, so my body doesn't rely on it. But today's the day I would really appreciate a coffee. And I'm actually just about to head out the door because I do have a strategy meeting with my team, which will be really exciting. So I thought I'd quickly show you my outfit of the day. I'm in my comfies because I'm quite poorly still. It's horrible and raining outside, but I still want to feel put together. I wanted to show you this formula. I'm only going to do it really quickly, and then maybe I will chat through the outfit a bit more visually throughout this vlog because I don't have time. But I've got my silk trousers on, which for me I like my tracksuit bottoms, but I just always feel a bit more put together in them. My base layer is from Intimacy, just so nice and cozy. And then the star of the show is definitely my new coat that I was too excited to wear, and I'm just going to keep so cozy and warm in it, but feels so put together still. This is from And Other Stories. It does come in black as well, and definitely realising capes and fringing is going nowhere. I feel like it became quite a big thing in like 2023, 2024. Then we saw it repeat in 2025. We're still seeing it again, which I love, and it's just such a nice kind of like minimal characteristic to an outfit, which isn't going to go out of trend or be outdated. It's just such a nice characteristic to have to your outerwear or your jackets to really just elevate an outfit. Yeah, so that is what I'm wearing today, and then I'm actually going to be wearing it with some trainers. I think I got these from M&S and I just love these. They're kind of like an aloe dupe, which I quite like, which I really like, and just go really nicely with black trousers and look a bit more seamless. And then I'm just pairing it with my black Bradley bag because it's got my notebooks in there and everything that I need. And then I'm actually going to finish it off with a pair of sunglasses because even though it's not sunny and it's wintry, I always feel like a pair of sunglasses just finish off an outfit, look very chic, and also as well I'm still quite poorly, so I feel like I need these sunglasses. So yeah, I'm gonna head off to my management's offices. They are in Chiswick, so I'm gonna go to M&S and maybe Source. Source is like a refill place, and M&S because I want to go and get some crew today bits, as well as I've seen that they've got some new bits in. I've seen that they've got their own kimchi and they've got a couple of flavours because one, I just adore kimchi, but two, because it's going to be really good for my gut, and my gut is in so much need of repairing and all the good bacteria, so it's a win-win. Yeah, let's head to this meeting and get inspired for 2026. Oh my goodness, it is literally chucking it down. I am so grateful for a car right now. That was a really good meeting. It was a really good strategy meeting. It was really inspiring and just kind of nice to know like what's going on and things like that. And I'm very excited for this year. I feel like this year is going to be a really good year for me, and I'm really praying it is. Oh my god, my hair. So yeah, it was just talking about what I want to do for Instagram, TikTok and YouTube, and my main goal is just to be a bit more real and just a bit more consistent. I love what I do as a career, and I feel like last year I just had massive self-doubt, and it really ruined it for my inspiration for producing content. So I feel like this year is the year of believing in myself. I also went to M&S. The M&S in Chiswick is incredible. It is phenomenal. Picked up some new bits. One of them, which I was really excited about, like I said, was the kimchi, and I got the fermented golden kimchi with ginger and turmeric. That'll be really good in sandwiches and salads. These are superseded crackers. They're literally just seeds, and I used to get these all the time from a shop, and they were so expensive. They were like £5. So the fact that M&S had made their own and they were like £2 is incredible. So I bought those and little bits and bobs for dinner because I tried to restrain myself because I didn't want to go too crazy on what I was buying in there because it was just not necessary. I feel like M&S is like a candy shop. You can get so excited with just buying everything. But anyway, I'm gonna head home. I want to clean the house. I want to put on some dinner, and then I'm gonna go and get my nails done. So I need to go and tick this all off before I crash, because honestly, being this ill, I have no energy whatsoever. Good evening, guys. I have just got back home from getting my nails done. They feel incredible. I just went for short and this kind of like soft rectangle. They look so elegant. I absolutely love them. I just wanted a change. I wanted it to be refreshed, and they just feel amazing. They feel like a proper January reset nail. I've just got home, like I said, and I instantly removed my makeup. I haven't worn makeup for like 5 days, so I was actually really enjoying it and enjoying how my skin was actually calming down. It was feeling really inflamed. I don't know if you can see, but I've got a few blemishes around here. Really struggled with some like congestion, so I just wanted to take my makeup off instantly and just let my skin breathe. I will actually show you my skincare routine actually, because there's a couple of new products in there which I've been really enjoying, and I've seen such a difference instantly. But first, I fancy a hot chocolate. My body is feeling a lot better. I feel like I'm finally able to introduce some different things into my stomach. I've been living off no oiled chicken, sweet potato and porridge and boiled eggs. It's honestly been so bland. It's been ridiculous. Actually, that's a lie. The only thing I have been having are these rice cakes, which are salt and vinegar, and they are just incredible. But that's pretty much the only flavour I've had. But I have been very kindly sent from Ancient and Brave the cacao and chaga powder, which I love in the evening, and I'm gonna have it with some almond milk as well. First, I like to do a spoonful of the powder with some hot water just to make the paste. to be honest, I'm actually quite happy to have this with water. It actually is still quite delicious, but having it with some almond milk in the evening is such a treat. This would be so heavenly if I had some marshmallows. This makes me very happy. This is literally the most perfect winter's evening dessert. I'm getting myself into bed now. It is 8:40. I have done what I've wanted to do today, and it is a little bit early, but to be honest, I was just on my phone editing bits and bobs and watching TV, so I thought, well, why don't we just get into bed and get going with my evening habits that I want to implement into 2026. Last year for me, to be honest, was really quite hard when it came to my mental health. So yeah, I don't know if I really spoke to anyone about this, but I really struggled with my mental health last year, like maybe one of my worst. And I realised I didn't really help myself when it came to looking after my mind. I'm not gonna lie, I was quite lonely because my living arrangements, my friend who was supposed to live with me moved out with her boyfriend, which is so lovely and no hard feelings, but it kind of left me in a bit of an uncomfortable and unsettled situation. And that's why I have actually been living on my own for pretty much most of last year, which wasn't the intention. And I think, to be honest, as you may know if you've followed me on here for a while, when I lived on my own, when I was on my own, I was fine because I knew I was on my own. But because last year, because I thought I was going to be moving in with someone, it actually made me feel more lonelier because no one was actually here, and it actually was like really hard. And I don't think I gave myself enough credit for that, so I kind of got really into my head, and yeah, I just didn't really look after myself and my mind, and I gave myself so much self-doubt. And this year I just really want to remove that mindset, because that really hurt me in so many ways, in physically, mentally, in my career. Like I really, like, it just really took a turn. So 2026 I'm going to implement things that are going to be really nourishing to my mind, my brain, to my future, to my career, friends, to everybody, to everything that evolves around me. I want to start adding smaller things into my day-to-day life that are going to help make me be the best person. So one of the things I do really want to start doing is being a bit more committed to the cause, is to be more educated, and educated in a couple of things. I really want to have something that doesn't allow me to doom scroll. So one of the things I want to start doing is doing 10 pages in the morning and at night time. I'm really going to try my best for in the morning, because I usually do have an early call when it comes to getting up early to go to the gym, but I'm gonna give it a go. And one of the books I'm reading at the moment is The Atomic Habits. I'm tempted to read like a book like this in the morning and then a bit more of a chilled one in the evening to wind down to. So that's what I'm doing with that. And then I've also got my 5-minute journal. My 5-minute journal, which you fill in the morning and at night time. Literally takes 5 minutes. I'm also wanting to just kind of like plan the day the night before. I feel like that's really good for your mind, as well as I'm going to be doing some habit stacking. And habit stacking, if you don't know what that means, is basically putting 2 habits together. I feel like that's the kind of like, it says it in the name, but basically with that you don't do 2 new habits, because you're not gonna ever do them together. You can't do 2 new habits. It has to be an old habit with a new habit. One of my favourite habits to do, which I've seen such a difference in my skin, is a LED mask. And I've been trialing out the Shark LED mask. This is incredible. It also has these cooling pads here, which are just amazing. I'm absolutely loving this. Also on here, which I think is really fun, it has routines on here. So we have the Better Aging, and it's 6 minutes, helps to plump skin and improve fine lines and wrinkles. You also have the Blemish Repair. That's one I've been loving. To be fair, I actually go through all of them because they're only 6 to 8 minutes long. This helps reduce the appearance of textured uneven skin and blemishes. And then there's another one called the Skin Sustain, which is 4 minutes to helps to maintain skin complexion, and Under Eye Revive, which is 5 to 15 minutes. It's without the LED, but it's just to like help the under eye, which is the cooling effect. Really good, and I'm really loving it. And I just have seen such a difference when it comes to using red light therapy masks. I will leave this down below because I am giving this a go. I do think it's fantastic. I do still love my current body mask. I think that is incredible as well. I just get such an amazing opportunity to try different products out. So I'm giving this a go because I've seen so many people talk about it. And yeah, so whilst I'm using this, I'm going to have it stacked and I'm going to read 10 pages of my book, and then I'm going to journal, and then I'm going to plan my next day because I feel like that will be really good to set me up for the next day, and I think it will really help with my sleep, because one thing I'm doing at the moment is watching TV when I go to bed because my mind is so busy and in such a stress, and I just really would like to have a bit more of a calm nervous system for 2026. I just want to be calm. I just want to be happy. But anyway, I'm rambling. I'm going to pop this on. I'm going to get comfortable as well. I'm also going to be popping on some music on Spotify, and I'm going to do, what should I say, evening reading. Spotify is really good for, I really want to set up a playlist. So I'm going to do quiet music for reading. And I'm going to get going with my habits. Hello guys, it is Friday. I am feeling so much more me. I am so happy and over the moon that I'm feeling so much better. That was the most horrendous virus I have ever experienced. It was like this gastrovirus, and I was fainting, I was sick, I was bedbound honestly for a week. I was just not okay. But I'm back, and I'm so glad I'm back because I've got 5 of my girls coming over, which is going to be so wonderful, and I'm so excited to have a bit of civilization because I have not really properly spoken to someone in ages. Like, my mum has been an angel and has been phoning me every day. My best friend's Jess, like, she came and looked after me, but to like be in a good state and have a normal conversation with someone, I haven't had, which is really, really sad. And I'm so grateful that I get to have 5 of my best friends coming over for dinner tonight. We haven't properly seen each other since my birthday, and I'm just so excited to host. It's going to be so lovely. I absolutely love hosting, and it's one of those things that I do really want to do more of this year, and I really want to capture it. I would really love to produce more content around hosting, and it doesn't have to be crazy hosting designs and styles, but just kind of like simple hosting and the joy of hosting and getting your close dear friends and family around you together, or just you and your loved one, like just how you can make it so special. It's not always about having the most extravagant dishes and tablescapes, but it's just the act of hosting people and just getting people together. I think it's very special. Also as well, I do adore a restaurant. I love going out for dinner, but there's something about being in someone's home. There's no rush. There's no thinking I need to get from A to B and I need to get a taxi home because it's late, and there's just so much which comes around going out for dinner that I think it ruins sometimes. Sometimes it's a distraction of the art of just being with each other. So without ado, I'm hosting, which will be really lovely. I am just about to film some bits and bobs, and one of them is to do a little tablescape. I'm going to test it and I really hope it goes well. So whilst I was poorly, I was kind of just plodding along and putting things on the table to get an idea of what I wanted to do. And I don't know if you remember me sharing these that I collected from an antique shop near my mum and dad, but I have these really lovely scallop little plates which are so sweet and precious. They actually have become really lovely little tablescape decorations, and for 10 of these, I think it was £10, which is crazy. They are so beautiful. They've got this kind of like foil on them. They're so stunning. So I'm really glad I picked them up. And basically I've just popped them around for people's seats with the napkin, and I just thought actually that would look quite sweet and just very minimal. And then I've just got some champagne and wine glasses out, and then I've got these really lovely thin candle holders from Pelen, and it came with like these like leather things on them, but I've removed them, and what I had in mind was to put a couple of tulips around them. I just thought that would actually be quite sweet. So I'm gonna give that a go and see how that looks. It might be an absolute failure, but I thought I'd give it a go. Very happy with how this has turned out. It looks so elegant and so chic. I absolutely love it. And I only went with a couple of the tulips. I didn't do the whole bunch. I feel like the simplicity works really well and just so beautiful. This would actually be a really lovely wedding table scape. How stunning would that be? So happy with how that has come together. Potatoes are bubbling away. So on the menu for tonight is a roast chicken, roast salmon. I'm going to do like those Hasselback potatoes, and I'm going to do my salsa verde. I haven't done a salsa verde in such a long time. Apologies, it's not my salsa verde. It's a borrowed recipe from Hell's. It's just so delicious and super easy to make. So what I've been doing is just filming everything that I'm doing for a reel. So if you do want to see all the recipes and everything like that, it will be in the link down below. But yeah, I'm really excited to do this, and I haven't done the salsa verde in such a long time. Also as well, these dishes are super easy just to throw in the oven. Everyone can eat them. They're delicious, they're easy, it's affordable, it's quick and simple. It's just quite a winner. Yeah, I just thought, especially coming back from an illness, I feel like this is quite a simple crowd pleaser. Hasselback potatoes, and I've kind of winged it. There's people that do like the chopsticks and cutlery to help with making it perfection, but I've just gone crazy with it, and I feel like the kind of messiness of it is going to make it even more delicious. So I'm going to pop them in this baking tray with baking paper. You don't need to do the baking paper, but I've just done it for aesthetics, for content. I'm just going to cover this in olive oil, salt and pepper, and chuck this in the oven and get the meats ready to go. I've gone for salmon and chicken. Both are crowd pleasers, and I've just done them with salt and pepper, olive oil, lemon and some parsley, and they're just going to roast away. And I've got some salsa verde, so that's going to be really lovely with it. And then I've got the potatoes and the green beans. What is it, Caroline? It is. What did you cook for us?
From my oven, well, otherwise known as Marks and Spencer.
And the salsa verde in there. I'll put this on the side.
Put your finger in there.
And a few lines.
She's recovered. Dry jam. Okay, who's gonna get the hedgehog potato?
Who's gonna pick the hedgehog?
What are they called again?
Hasselback.
No, they look like, you know,
We're gonna call them hedgehog potatoes.
That's so cute.
Made some gorgeous chocolate mousses, orange chocolate mousses. Honestly, they are the